Good morning, Raider Nation. Welcome to For Life, Our Raider Story. I'm your host this morning, Spicy Raider Girl, and I'm here with Mother Moon behind the scenes. Good morning, Mother Moon.
Good morning. Good morning, family. How's everyone doing today?
I would like to, we have a very special show today, as you saw in the intro there, Nisili's fight. So, our special guest today that I would like to introduce is Peter Navy Tuiasosopo. He's with us today to raise awareness on opiate addiction as he has lost his daughter, Nisili, to this epidemic. So he's here to raise awareness on this issue. You might know Peter Navy Tuiasosopo from the big screen as he has appeared in Necessary Roughness, Scorpion King, Street Fighter, and currently has a reoccurring role on Magnum P.I. The Tuiasosoppo family is very special to the Raider Nation as Nisili's cousin Marques Tuiasosopo is a former Oakland Raiders quarterback. And you know what we say? Once a Raider, always a
Always a Raider.
Raider. So we are very happy to have him on the show. Navy is joined today by Jason. Most of you know him as Iron Man. Jason and Jax are hosting a benefit on May 15th at 3 p.m. at Tommy Rockers in Las Vegas. So they will be talking about that as well. And I will bring them in now. Good morning, Peter and Jason. How
Morning,
are
good morning,
you?
good morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you both for being here with us this morning. And before we get started, just on behalf of myself and Mother Moon and the For Life family here, we just want to express our deep condolences for your family, and we really appreciate you being on our show and sharing Nisili's story.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
thank
sir.
you, Angela. Appreciate you, girls.
Thank
Of
you, sir.
course. So before we share her story, let's talk about your career a little bit because as fans of Raider Nation, I'm sure people know your career very very well. I did mention some of the movies that you have appeared in, but if you have not seen his IMDb, if you don't know what IMDb is, it's International Movie Database. Look him up. He has you just scroll for like I don't know what 5 minutes because he's appeared in so many things. He's humble, so I'll brag on his behalf.
Right.
But tell us about that just a little bit.
So I've been acting. I've been acting for a while, Angela. Can you hear me good?
I can, yes.
Good. I've been acting for a while. Man, literally over 30 years. And Necessary Roughness, that's special to me because that was my first motion picture film work
Mm.
as an actor. So that's special. And then now it's like a football comedy classic.
It's a classic, yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
yes. And I mean, I go into meetings now, Angela, and the producers will be looking at me. We'll talk about another project, but they'll go, "Man, I just can't get you out of my head with Necessary Roughness," and I'm like, I'm humbled.
Oh,
But
that's so great.
yeah, it's good. It's good. So I've been acting for a while, and I enjoy it. I'm a proud actor, a proud artist, and I look forward to continuing on. Until it breaks, until the wheels fall off. So to speak.
Never,
But
never, never.
yeah,
So tell
right.
me, what is that is was that your favorite movie role or what is your favorite movie role?
Shoot, man, Necessary Roughness probably my all-time favorite. Street Fighter,
Okay.
based off the video game,
Yeah.
was probably the other popular project I've done. But other than that, everything they're all special, Angela,
Of
in its own
course.
way. But
Right,
Street
right.
Fighter, Necessary Roughness, truly, probably my top best all times.
So tell me a little bit about Magnum PI because you're currently working on that, correct?
Yes, Magnum P.I. just got was there last month, and
Okay.
I could do a recurring role, and on that show, it'll air. Angela, shoot, I have the date. It'll air next month. So
Okay.
that particular episode will air next month, and then it'll continue. So Magnum right now is on a hiatus, so we'll go back to work
Of course,
Aprilish,
yeah.
around
Is that on
April.
CBS? Is that on CBS, do you know?
CBS, Angela.
CBS. Okay,
It'll be
that's
on
what I thought.
CBS. So I play a recurring role of one of the leads. She's a Hawaiian lady, and I play her cousin. So I kind of go slash old criminal from to an informant kind of
Okay.
guy. But more exciting than that. So I love filming in Hawaii, Angela. I think anything that's in Hawaii is special to me. So I mean, there's so many places where you can see me and the connection will be immediate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It ain't
yeah.
like it ain't like I can do a cop show in Connecticut and be popular, right? So
Right.
not for you in Connecticut, nothing bad like that. But I really proud of being Samoan. I'm proud of any film work that I do in Hawaii. That's special to me. So
Of
I give
course.
it my all, and like every project. But Magnum P.I is definitely a plus. There's a few other projects I want to mention. I just started a production of my own. There's three of us, and my partners Daniel Poesi and Tuli. So we kind of formed a group during this COVID. So we got one full length motion picture set up now. We'll shoot it this summer, and in
Okay.
fact, Jason is on my team as one of our photographers and one of our camera guys. Jason is talented, so just wanted to put that in and let you know that's something I look forward to because it's my first time. I'll be producing something of my very own. I'll be directing as well.
And if wow,
So
and you went for it big. You went for a feature film.
feature, yeah. Angela, we had talked about it, and we met a couple months back. So the guys, we're all close friends, we're like family. But Tuli is an artist in his own right, a singer, performer, was a long time
Mhm.
Hollywood stuntman. Daniel Poesi is a documentarist and also an author. So Daniel, I respect both gentlemen with the utmost respect. And so when they came to me, I told them, hey, if I'm gonna put my name on it, man, if we're gonna go in, let's go big or go home. So
Of course.
we came to a yeah, we got a
You're getting some love here. You're getting some love from our chat
oh
line. Love
nice.
There you go. Look at that.
Nevada, Nevada Nick.
Loves Peter as Manu in Necessary Roughness. Great
Thank,
movie.
thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, certainly the new film we'll be doing this summer, and it's good. My man Iron Man right here be attached to the
All
project,
right.
so I look forward to that. But it's always the first time. I think every actor does it, try to cross over into the producers, directing kind of projects, and so I'm excited.
Are you starring in it as well?
I will co-star in it, of
Oh,
course.
okay, wow.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be starring in it, and then we'll go from there. But it'll be, it's a very good. I can't give it all away, but it's a very solid script and story. Not just because I'm involved, but Daniel and Tui and myself, Daniel and Tui, and the way we got together and really put it all together. It's a very universal storyline. I think doesn't matter if you're Polynesian or Mexican or Italian, whatever you can be. It'll speak to the hearts, and so it's a family oriented, real life crisis into a nice, gracious ending. So that's the only little pitch I'll give everybody, but you will be
Okay.
very, very surprised, Angela.
All right, I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Yeah, keep us posted on how the
I
production
will.
goes and all of
Thank you.
that, and we'll keep our fans informed on all of that.
Yes.
But I do, I'm a behind the scenes kind of girl myself. So, do you have any fun behind the scenes stories you can share with us from your time on set?
Oh man. So being in Hawaii, I was just there. So, when you film, you get different
Mm.
directors. Like one time I filmed Scott Baio. Remember Scott Baio?
Yeah, of course.
Remember Scott? Scott was a director. Jason Bateman's a friend of mine from Necessary Roughness. Everyone knows
Mm.
Jason Bateman. So these guys pop in and out directing. So even when I walk onto the set and someone like those guys are directing, I get a little starstruck myself. I don't show it, but
Right.
try to be professional. But inside, I'm like, man, I can't believe it. But so being in Hawaii just recently, to give you a fresh story, I walk up to the set. You read your script and everything, and then you read basically the day shooting. And I look
Yeah.
at it. You always check who the director is, and it was Peter Weller. Remember
Okay.
RoboCop?
Yes, of
Remember
course.
Peter Weller was the director, and so RoboCop stuck in my head. Thinking, man, RoboCop's directing me, but in reality, you know what I mean. The great thing about it, he was a good director. He really was,
Yeah.
different when you're thinking, this is RoboCop. He ain't gonna have much. But man, Peter Weller was a gentleman and a very good director. I must say. So a lot of those times, those different things, Fast and the Furious I worked on, and behind the scenes of those movies, it was great. I worked with Rock on Scorpion King years back. So many great experiences. Angela, you're saying behind the kind of off camera, what those are. I can share some stories, but I know it's a family show, Angela.
Another
Okay.
time, another one. When you and I are in person, we'll
There
get
you
we'll
go,
get to
Angela.
those.
I'll, call, I'll call you later, girl.
All right, so
Okay.
sounds good. I'm gonna hold you to
Yeah,
that.
you got it. You got it.
Well, yes, thank you for sharing your story with us. Now, you're we're really here to share your beautiful daughter Nisili's story with us. And again, just for those of you may not have caught the intro, um, Peter here had lost his daughter due to the opiate epidemic. Excuse me. So he is here to raise awareness on that. So please share her story with us.
Thanks, Angela. I appreciate the opportunity. Truly do. Nisili, I'll just tell a little about Nisili. Nisili was my daughter. She died of an accidental overdose fentanyl, and that's in the opioids family. And Nisili was 18 young when she passed,
Mm,
and uh, it was, she passed in last year, 2020. So just January was her 1 year since she's been gone. So a year and a couple of months. So in Nisili, I got 6 kids, Angela, 6 beautiful kids, and they're all, they're the same. Oh, you raise a family the best you can as a father. And so Nisili being the baby, some things, life happens. So
mhm.
when Nisili was kind of in trouble, she came to her mother. Some teaching. She came to her mother, and we were thinking it was a little problem, maybe with some smoking pot. All a few of our kids probably had that little trouble, or not even trouble,
Yeah.
more than every kid almost. Um,
Experimenting.
but Nisili came to my wife, and of course she's not going to come to me. She's going to go to my wife first. But she really reached out to my wife. So Nisili had been messing around with that fentanyl stuff maybe 6 months. But people that don't know about that drug, it's the illicit, you know what I mean, fentanyl that we're talking about here, the street stuff that
Yeah.
that
Mm.
is you know, it's
Laced
it's
there
it's fentanyl.
potentially and yeah.
Exactly. It's laced with whatever, shoelaces, cardboard boxes, things like
Mm.
that. But um, it's not good. It's bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, Nisili came to my wife, and right away we knew it was a problem. So my wife told me, and mind you, the fentanyl in general is almost pretty new. From what I know now that
Mhm.
I've started the foundation, I'm trying to educate myself. But I mean, I think the first trouble of kids dying from it came like in just 2016, recently. Um, but anyway, so Nisili came to my wife. We started her programs, rehab programs, and we really were pushing to get the help. And so she went into a program, and in most systems, Angela, when you are in a minor program,
Yeah.
you at 18, the law, you transition from that program to the adult program. So
Mhm.
Nisili was in the
Now,
program.
can you
But
explain a little bit about how that works from youth
yeah,
to adult? Because I know that that's really the cause that we're going to speak
it's great,
about, but just so we can get an idea of
great, great,
what that
great.
entails.
It's a great question. Thank you, Angela. So people, if you have a kid, and some maybe you have experienced, maybe even yourself, when you go in as a minor into these rehab programs, substance abuse, whatever it is, when you go in there, the law makes you transition from that program as a minor into adult program right when you turn 18. Right when you turn 18,
Okay.
people know already. Us adults that are on here, especially parents, parents know your kid is not grown in any kind of adult. I mean, I wasn't no adult when I turned
Right.
18. So the law forces these kids out of that system,
Okay.
the minor program. And so therefore, after that, you have no choice but to jump over to go into the adult program. When my daughter went, I hope that was kind of a good understanding. So either way, if you're in a program right now, these minors that are in those programs, they will have to leave that program at 18, Angela. And
Okay.
so let's say, give you for instance, Nisili was scared to death to leave that program. And
Mhm.
she told me, Dad, Mom, I can't leave. I'm starting to do good, but she was
Mm.
going, I can't leave, Daddy. And so we were started talking to directors, and we were going, man, my daughter's scared for her life. And man, those directors, Angela, it was almost like, and I understood.
Okay.
I didn't try to be personal to them, but they had no answer, Angela. They said,
Mhm.
man, you signed this contract that you signed her to get in. It tells you that at 18 she'll be out. And so I went to the extreme of saying, well, I'm not going to accept her. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
if you have my kid, Angela, how can you just throw her out?
Yeah.
So we tried. We
Especially if
tried.
she's on, so it sounds like they're on a the youth, they're on a good path because, the repetition, the schedule, all of these things are working, and then that is, disruptive, and to disrupt something like that when you're in a healing process is really not beneficial to the person going through that process. And so it's kind of it's you go into this uncertain area and all of that. So the transition is really poor.
You got it right on the head.
Okay.
Angela, that transition is broken. That is no way anything good. And you're right. So these kids, like you said, they're in that rehab program in their age group. So what happens, like you said, they're starting to gain ground and get better. Then at 18, you strip them from that and you tell them, man, you got to go to the adult program. So
Mm.
you're right. The structure and everything they've done in that minor program, remember, they don't do that in the adult program. The
Oh,
adult
okay.
program is just like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different game. It's like
Okay.
I was a juvenile probation officer for years. So these kids, I worked in a high risk unit, Angela. So these kids I was in a high risk unit. All these kids were in for either drive-by shooting, murders, hate crimes, rapes, things like that. These kids basically, they were waiting to turn 18 to get sent to the big house prison. But because you're a
Mhm.
minor, you still got to stay down in the juvie system. Every one of
Mm.
those kids, Andrew, was scared to death to go. You're going to go 18 into a facility with men.
Right.
At 18, all of them, and you've seen stories, seen enough documentaries. That system's broke. Because I always
Right.
said, man, that kid ain't grown. I think they should keep them all the way to 21 before
Mhm.
you, especially on the hardcore crimes. You
Right.
can't send that kid to prison, man, at 18. So anyway, same same concept as the drug substance abuse
Mhm.
program. So it's like you said, you basically lose that structure that you've already built up, that they've learned and gained. And
Yeah.
then what happens? You go into this adult program. I was there. I took my daughter. We two things, Angela, to be honest. So
Okay.
we asked her, man, my wife and I decided to go inpatient. Now, remember the problem with inpatient when you're 18, like again, these laws. At 18, you're considered an adult. So when a parent's trying to help you and put you in an inpatient program, they're 18, Angela. They can walk out anytime they want. So we
Mm.
were trying to, convince her and let her know, babe, we really need you to go into the inpatient program. And she asked, Daddy, please. She was asking, Mom, please.
No.
I will do well. You can be with me. I'll go to the outpatient. So that outpatient was 8 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. So kind of school kind of program. And so,
Okay.
you don't want to, as a parent, I'm telling you, Andrew, it's not an easy task. It's
Yeah.
it's more you're trying to trust and give them that love. Remember, she just came from doing good in the minor program. So
Right.
we had that good head start. We had that good head start. So we were thinking, Nisili, look, daughter, if you're going to do this, we got to do it right. She was all in for it. So anyway, we got her in. Her first day I took her, Angela, she came out with a long face. I take
Mm.
her and I go, babe, we're going to do good. We're going to do it together. The family, your mom, your brothers and sisters, we're all with you right here. We're going to do it together. She went in the first day. She came out. with the longest face, Angela, discouraged, kind of
Mm.
broken down. And I looked at her, I go, what's wrong, honey? I go, how'd you do? Did you meet any friends, new friends maybe? I said, you meet any young people? She gave me a look, Angela. She says, Dad, the youngest guy was 32 years old.
Oh,
And he
wow.
and he was hitting on me every minute.
Oh, no, that's terrible. That's
Horrible.
terrible.
So, I went in there and tried to find that guy. But anyway, that's another
That's
another
enough. That's
conversation.
an
Separate phone
after
call.
the show
Right.
conversation.
Yeah. So, I was already upset. I even spoke to the director and I go, how would you put these new kids that came again? And the director had nothing to say, but this is the program that we have in place. So anyway, long story short, Nisili did that program the best she could. And I had
Yeah.
to go back because I teach. So I had to go back to LA, Yuma to LA, because I'm a substitute teacher football coach at my old high school, San Pedro High School. So I had to return to school, but I held back to get her off the ground to her program.
Mhm.
The day I left, Angela, and that's where it really it hurts me because I take the blame.
Mm.
I take the blame because when I left, she missed school that day, the day I left. And when she missed school, she had went out obviously
Mhm.
and got a hold of something. She came home and my wife said she went out and she said she didn't wake up that morning to tell my wife she didn't want to go to school. But I told my wife you can't let her
Mhm.
sleep in. So Nisili was just like, I don't want to go today. But Dad had left. So when I left, Nisili went out. So that's Monday. So Monday she didn't go to school, but she went out, hung out with some friends, came back home that night. Angela, then obviously she got a hold of something, and
Mhm.
it's Tuesday morning. I'm at school. I get a call that she didn't wake up, and she passed.
Oh, worst.
So
Your
that
worst nightmare came true.
worst nightmare, and it
I'm
really
so I'm so sorry to hear
no
that.
no no
Let I mean on let's transition just a little bit and share a beautiful memory of her. Sorry, somebody's calling my phone. My apologies. Please share a
no
beautiful
worry.
memory of your daughter. I think I watched a clip of her earlier, and you and her were boxing and enjoying that time together. Do you want to kind of
Yeah.
share what that meant to you?
Oh man, this girl, she was I have 6 kids. She was probably the superstar of all those kids, and she was special. My wife, the biggest joke is, when we get older, one day I would look at all my kids
Mhm,
and I would say, man, to my daughters, all you guys are going to get married, move out. You're never going to say nothing to daddy again. And
mhm.
my daughter Nisili goes, Dad, I'll never leave you. And I go, daughter, you'll probably be the only kid to take care of me. And me and her little story is going, Dad, I'll always take care of you. So Nisili in saying that, it was always, even my kids, we all giggled at it, but honestly, she probably would have been that kid, Angela, that would have took her
Yeah.
dad, even though I made her husband mad, you know what I mean, living with them and her family. I told her, I said, your husband's going to hate me, but I don't care. So Nisili was that girl. And so um, she was athletic. She was full of fun. I've been acting for a long time. If there was any person, because, throughout the years, when I get a new script, I'll have my wife hates it, but so
Oh, she reads with you.
I have my kids read with me, right?
Nice.
So of all the kids, Angela, I'm an actor, so some of the kids they'll read like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going? And I'm trying to fill,
Yeah,
trying to work
yeah.
them creative juices. But Nisili, because I'll do it off book meaning after I've studied that script, I'll do my scenes with them with no script, and to get
Mhm.
that feel. And Nisili,
Yeah.
after a few takes, now she's coming back and it's getting better and better. So Nisili would have been an actress as well. She wanted to get
Oh,
into that field, but remember, I always told her, you graduate high school, we talk about it.
okay.
Unfortunately, she had that issue, and but honestly, and my kids are probably watching it. Out of all those kids, Nisili would have been the next actress in this family, and
Mhm.
she was just a special girl. And so the foundation that we built, that we created, It just
Yes.
gives me that's my peace, Angela. That's my
Of course.
comfort.
L
I I,
and
I get
eventually, and
all
her
over.
legacy, like, you're building this
Yeah,
legacy to honor her.
no doubt.
Can can you tell me, a little bit, explain to everyone, I guess, since you mentioned that, the foundation, what is the ultimate goal? What are you trying to achieve? We spoke on it a little bit, the transition, but the actual goal is to pass Nisili's law, correct? And let us know what that entails.
Yes, thank you. Great question. Thank you. So Nisili, we built the foundation. That foundation was really jump started by my wife. She looked at me on the day of her service, her funeral service. We call it going away home,
Hmm.
going home services. And my wife looked at me, and mind you, Angela, in my head, I know what it takes to do a foundation. My wife
Mm.
didn't really think of that. She thought, honey, I want you to do something in honor of our daughter. And I'm like, what, a foundation? She goes, something.
Mhm.
And Angela, there was a small thought in my head of like, you don't know what you're asking, woman, to my wife. But when I looked at her, and mind you, she didn't know how it was going to go about. So when I looked her in the eye and she was serious, she wanted me to do something, and I knew what the work and what's going to require, because you
Right.
know as well, Angela. There's zillions of foundations out there. So
Mhm.
for me, I looked at her and just thought of Nisili, and I go,
Yeah.
I will, babe. I told my wife I will do that. And so we created the family. Our family got together and created Nisili's Foundation. It's called Nisili's Fight. So, in the ultimate goal, like you were saying, Angela, we plan to take this, and it's an awareness for so many other families and young kids and even people in general that are having this problem. Fentanyl and opioids. Remember back when we were kids, when I was a kid, high school in the '80s. I mean, the big drug was, man, cocaine, and
Mm.
heroin was like the ugliest drug. Here, fentanyl is
What
10,
is
20
it, like
times
10
worse
times
than
stronger?
10 times stronger than heroin.
It's crazy to me, it's crazy that something like that even exists. I'm not sure that anybody needs
It,
anything like that.
Funny you say that, Angela. My wife says the same thing. How would you have ever created something like that? Now,
Yeah.
mind you, the opioids had a place. It was for the cancer patients, that pain. So the opioids been around for a while. It was the synthetic stuff that made fentanyl off of the opioids and then created this monster.
Mhm.
So we plan to go. We want to change the laws. We want to present this in a bill that's going to bridge that gap, like we've talked about. That system from minors going into the adult program, it's trash, it's junk, and so we
Yeah.
want to bridge that gap to help these kids to get the proper help. The continuation from that level as a minor into the adult program. Then also the second biggest point of the Nisili's law is the deterrent of the punishment for dealers, especially dealers
Mm.
who are convicted of killing a kid, you know,
Mhm.
of somebody dying on their cell or whatever you want to call it in their area. If it comes back to them, that person needs to be punished a lot greater than this. Any deterrent, I'm telling you, the government, they kill me. The government, the biggest answer to a lot of these problems is the deterrent system, and you gotta make the punishment greater than it is. I know
Yeah.
jails and prisons are overcrowded. I understand that, but this thing, and speaking about it, I must well go all the way in. Must well go all the way in, Angela, because the government, they're doing crap. They, they
Yeah.
they they talk about all the billions of dollars they're giving as a fund for the opioids crisis, the fentanyl crisis. Come
Mhm.
on, Angela, if that was happening, there'd be more kids doing better. Instead, we see more kids dying every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking a little bit at the stats of that, and it's kind of off the charts. It's a little mind-blowing, and it really is. That's why I called it an epidemic. It really does seem that like it
Oh,
is.
sure.
And part of Nisili's law, may I add an addition to that, if I
Yes.
may?
Yes.
Um, it sounded because it was disturbing to me when you mentioned earlier that an 18-year-old had to be in the same program with 32-year-old man. So, I mean, they have, like you spoke on the jail system, the jail systems are split male and female. Maybe that needs to be part of it as well. Maybe that
Great.
needs to be changed, that male and female aren't in the same recovery program, because
Great.
the last thing someone needs is going through recovery is an and that a at that age, that's a very much older man. Nobody
Yeah.
needs hitting on your daughter or anything like
Yeah.
that. So that seems like part of a problem as well.
Yes. Man, Angela, I'll tell you what, I got to give you credit for that clause inside of the new law, right? And
Yeah.
so I totally agree. I totally
Yeah.
agree. I mean,
It's
that's a great.
disturbing. Well, I gave me chills when you said that. Like I
No,
felt what
no, and
she might have
you
felt.
being a woman as well, and
Yeah.
I was in the juvenile system. You're right, and the two. Even remember, I was in the special handling unit (HHU), and that system, they have the girl side, have the boy side, in
Mhm.
that juvie level, and then as well in the prison system. But you're right, in regards to a program, a substance abuse rehab type of program, transitioning these kids, even the kids that are 18, they got to be with the girls. The
Yeah.
girls, the girls, boys, the boys, because it's they're already struggling to get
Right.
better, you know, and the pressures of as well. It's a great point. I appreciate that, and I will
Yeah.
definitely add that to I have a couple of lawyers that they're already creating
Mhm.
that language for the bill itself. So
Yeah.
but that's a great point.
It
And
is.
to
I
me,
want to
because
say,
I've been in the juvenile system, it would help quite a bit, a lot better.
Yeah. Mother Moon, do you have something to add to that?
well, yeah, I do. As you had told your story with the 32-year-old man in that same um, meeting, I also had chills. And as Angela's mother, I think if I was to help her out, that is the last place I would want to have as an older, well, males in general helping or trying to say they're helping my daughter out when it's a dangerous situation to begin with. So I think, yeah, I think that's another clause that could be in there.
Yeah.
Outstanding, Mother Moon. That's really so true. I mean, I got four daughters and two sons,
Wow.
and being a guy myself, I understand that it's different for the girls. It don't matter the pressures and the obstacles. The old saying, "It's a man's world," but
Yeah.
these poor girls. I mean, just like you said, I seen that face she made, and
Mhm.
I would have choked that guy out if I would have found him when I went back in. But when she said, "Yeah, Dad, the youngest guy was 32, and all he wanted to do was hit on me," and I
Yeah,
was
that's
like, "Wow."
terrible.
So right there, from that day, even though I took her every day and she went, but even from that day on, remember the spirit was broke. The
Right.
Yeah.
system, the structure that she had in the minors program, in that level, was kind of broken, and
Yeah, the
because
system
she
the
was
system
discouraged,
failed her. Yeah, it failed her, and
system failed
unfortunately,
her.
it took the ultimate toll. Tell the viewers how we can help this law passing. What are the actions we can take?
So all of you out there who are watching this, I appreciate everybody dropping by and watching. And Angela's obviously a superstar in the podcast arena. But for those of you, the website is going across, and we are, again, like any new foundation, it's going to take money to even move this thing. And I
Okay.
have no shame to ask, but if any of you can give something, whatever, remember, if all of us give a little, it becomes a lot. Amen. So I hope that anyone that's seen it, just go on to the website. It's coming across the screen here. Just go onto the website and look for yourself. I try to put it in the form of something that's easy to explain my
Mhm.
whole narrative, the whole storyline, the whole tragedy for my family. If you go on the website, you'd appreciate on how it was laid out and how easy it is to go through it. Then, if you can, any donations, we thank you in advance for that. But that will help us, Angela. And
Okay.
again, like every foundation, there's so many foundations going on. But without money, trying to get it to the next level,
Of
it
course.
really makes it a struggle. It makes it a struggle.
Of
So,
course. So,
but
yeah,
now,
go to the website. You see it on the screen here. I will also put it on our Facebook for Life Our Raider Story website and our Instagram and all of that. And like you said, just what if you don't have a lot, and some of us don't have a lot, especially right now, times are still tough
Yes,
with the pandemic. If you can afford anything, a dollar, like you said, any little bit
that's
helps.
right. And
And
I,
this is a
and I
this is a great cause. And I'm honored to be sitting here with you. I think Mother Moon has something she wanted to say.
Yeah, I just wonder, is there a phone number to call our congressman? Is there a petition? Perhaps we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
sign.
that's a great. So everyone, because everyone's in different cities, calling your congressman. The mayor of Las Vegas is already on our page, and was already letting us know whatever she can do here in Las Vegas. We have her help and whatever she can do. So, but you're right. Very good question, Mother Moon, because we're still going to need the government. The government again, yeah, I'm knocking at them and putting them down in one sense, but it's not nothing personal. But you guys, Nisili's favorite line was, "Don't talk about it, be about it." So
Mm,
you've heard the line
I love
before.
that. Yeah.
So the government, you talk too much. The government talks
Mm,
too much.
mm,
That $1 billion that you write off in front of everybody, president signing it off,
yeah.
28, $50 billion for the opioids crisis epidemic. Knock it off. Nobody's getting
Yeah.
that money, but you know who. So,
Photo
but
op. It's for the
expect that
photo op.
for the photo op, for the photo op, and yeah, just like you said, it's it's unfortunate, but we still need that political influence or backing as well. So, with all respect to the government, we've already approached the mayors and
Okay.
the governors of every place we're going. We just came out of Arizona. The mayor of Yuma was on
Mm,
board. The governor,
okay.
the government, we sent a letter to, and then the same we have here in Las Vegas. We go to my hometown in San Pedro, California, in September, and we've already started that push to get the
That's
government to get Mayor
wonderful.
Newsom and the government or Governor Newsom in California and the mayor of
Yeah.
Los Angeles to get them involved. It takes their help, and I mean, just like you said, I don't care if you want to come by for the photo op, whatever you want to do, but still we need your help, and we need that
Definitely.
green light to get pass through a lot of things, the red tape, so to speak.
Right. We already have some donations, it looks like, coming in. Nevada Nick says, "I'll be donating today. Sadly, too many people, including myself, know a relative or friend that has been affected by this epidemic." So we will have some donations, it looks like, by the end of this show. So thank you to everybody who will be donating. Um, so let's talk about this big benefit you have coming up on May 15th at 3 p.m. over there at Tommy Rockers, where you're broadcasting from now. So
Right here in the Magic Kingdom at Tommy Rockers. Las
definitely,
Vegas,
definitely. We've
Las Vegas.
broadcasted from there a few times as well. We love Donna and Tommy. They are
Oh,
been
we
so gracious with
Great, great.
us as well.
and we have Donna right here. I'm gonna let her
Oh,
start it.
hi,
Where
Donna.
I'm
is
gonna
Nice to
let
she?
Donna
see
start it,
you.
and then I'll have Iron Man say a couple things.
Okay.
Okay.
Just where.
Oh, hi,
Hi,
Donna.
Donna.
Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Well,
Tell us about the event you're having on May 15th there at Tommy Rockers to support Nisili's fight.
I don't know enough. I don't know
Let
enough about.
let me
It's a-
have Iron Man. I'm gonna turn it to Jay. Donna's
okay,
a
okay.
little camera shy, but you know,
No
Oh,
worries.
that's nice. She's
No
yeah.
worries.
So
No worries.
let
we'll
me
talk
turn
to
you
her
over
on
to
May
Jason
15th.
Ariano. He's the vice chair, by the way, of the foundation, and he's my man, my little brother. So I would love for Jason to talk about the foundation.
Sounds good.
Leave it.
Hi, Jason. How are you? Thanks for being with
Hey,
us this morning.
hey, thank you for having me.
Hello, Jason.
Of
Yeah, like Pete
course.
said, May 15th, we're planning on doing it big right here in Vegas, having everyone show up and show support and just take a stand and say that we're not going to let our kids or anyone else get taken by this horrible drug because, like he says, you don't know what's in it. And I know so many kids that like hide it and they're taking the drug and then at last minute it's too late, you don't know what's going on, they just pass away and it's horrible. So what we plan on doing right here in Vegas is having it right here at Tommy Rockers 3 p.m. to whenever. We're gonna have a few special guests. I'll let Pete say about the special guests
Okay.
if he wants to, but
All right.
But as everything else, that's why Jack Cervantes is my girl. She's the one that's helping everything, help set up right here, and she's putting everything in line, especially reaching out to you, to For Life. I mean, it
Yes,
was a
thank you.
big thing for us to have you guys cover this. So I mean, like to
Well, it's
us,
our honor. Thank
it's a
you for
blessing.
trusting us to be part of this and to host this. I know it's a big responsibility, and we wanted to give it the respect it deserves. So thank you for
Oh,
asking us to do
that's
this.
why we knew with you it was going to be treated perfect. It was going to give it the honor that it needed. So
Great. Thank
that's
you
why
so much.
when Jack said it, I seconded it. I told Pete we gotta
Mhm.
get For Life to broadcast about it.
Thank you
So
so much. And we're hoping to make it out there for the event. We hope we can make it out there on May 15th. So it's still in the works. So hopefully we can pull that together as well.
yeah, hopefully everyone shows up. Everyone could make it and all that. I know. Speaking for all my club members from Outlaws, we're gonna be here. Uh, we're even having a Rock Raider come in, and I know we've been talking about it, especially the one that we did in Yuma. It was a big success. We had different MCs show up, show love,
Mhm.
show support. As far as everything, I keep
We can
doing the
hear them.
videos. Oh,
We can hear them a little bit.
oh, oh my bad. They can hear you, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. How rude.
He's
And
like,
you
I need
know,
No,
screen time.
it's worse. It's worse, Angela. As I'm an actor, and it's quiet on the set
quiet
when
on
Quiet
so
on
set.
set.
quiet on the set when someone's talking. I apologize for that.
Get off my set.
Yeah, Spielberg, get out of here.
Oh,
So
that's
anyway,
hilarious. Wait,
yeah,
wait.
Angela. So
You're gonna have Peter Weller come over and scold you here on that one.
right. No, I didn't. He was intense, but he was very good. And when I'm on the job, Angela, I'm focused, laser focused. I didn't come to
Yeah.
play around. I came in to work. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's funny because I'm up for a part in a nice part. So I'll just say it a little, but because of the COVID, the scheduling is a little different. But J Lo's doing a movie in Dominican Republic coming up. I
Nice.
won't spoil it, so I'm up for that movie as well, and that starts
Oh,
in
good
the next month.
luck.
Good luck.
Did
Yeah,
you're auditioning as we speak?
I already went in, so I'm already
Oh,
kind of pinned. That the Hollywood language
nice.
is pinned, So
And
pinned is
you're on the
good.
board. You're on the
Yeah,
board.
I'm on the board. It's good to be on the board rather than forgotten, So I'm
Totally.
pinned on that project,
Well,
and I
that's
I
great.
really want it because it's a villain role who's trying to kidnap J Lo. So
And J Lo, hello.
who
Who
don't
don't
want to
want to be on
kidnap J
set with
Lo?
J Lo?
Who don't want to kidnap J Lo, right? So I really
Right?
like that role. So all you producers out there for this movie, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Right. He's right. He's speaking it into existence. I love
Yeah,
that.
there,
Everyone's
there you
like hush
go.
hush until it happens, right?
Now,
He's like, this is
now
happening. I
I'm
love
letting it out of the hat. I just
it.
had a meeting Monday. Well, you know what day it is. So I had a meeting Monday with my agents,
Saturday.
things like that. So it's good.
All right. So speaking of, since you're in the mood to let things out of the hat, who will be appearing on May 15th at your benefit?
So May 15th, we kind of talking with Donna today, but so we're kind of gonna theme it like the Islander, being a
Oh, cool.
Samoan
Love
family.
I love
that.
that.
We're gonna So the vendors will all kind of. I got about 8 vendors set up in the parking lot. We're gonna do that. We have a big the Kanaka motorcycle club.
Mm,
So they'll come with several others. So we plan to have a motorcycle club in there, a few vendors, Polynesian kind of theme. So I have a
okay.
food booth from my cousin's business out of Los
Very
Angeles,
cool.
Lee.
Yeah.
So the old the chicken,
Performers? Do you have
you know,
performers?
yeah. So we got performers. We got some performers, and then so we got some guest speakers right now. Marques Tuiasosopo, your
Yeah.
former Raider quarterback. It's my nephew. So Marcus plans to be here. We have Marcus Mariota, who's now the current. So I'm trying to
Yes.
have that nice 1-2 punch for the Raiders, former
Nice.
and present
I love
quarterbacks
that.
here.
And did
And then
they both wear number 8, right?
yeah, right.
Oh, they both share
Yeah,
the same number. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah. It's going to
awesome.
be interesting. So
Mhm.
yeah, and in fact, I just got some jerseys made for them both
Is
to
that a
pre.
coincidence, or is Mari or was Marcus Mariota's idol?
I think Mariota was an 8 at when he was with Tennessee. Was he? I feel bad. I forgot. I think he was an 8,
Yeah,
and then
I
I
wonder.
think he was he an 8 at Oregon. I forgot. I
I
feel
think he
bad.
was. I
Uh,
think he.
I
I
think it
think
was
he
an
was.
8 all the
I
way.
wonder if. I wonder if
I
that
wonder if
wasn't a
it had anything to
coincidence.
do. That
Yeah,
would be
I bet. We'll have
cool.
to ask them. I bet. I wonder if he looked up
Yeah,
to him, and then they have.
that would be cool. That would be cool if it was. I mean, I haven't asked Marcus Mariota that question, but
Mm.
so those two guys plan to come in and support and be guest appearance. And my cousin Jesse Salpolo, who's the great um, uh, San Francisco 49er. I don't know if I'm
Okay.
going to have him here because I don't want to cause a riot, but
That
Jesse,
was my first thought. I was like, the great.
yeah, look at you.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah.
I'm like, I've
So
never heard
anyway,
those two words have never been put together on this show ever before.
I forgot you're biased. I forgot about that, Angela.
I'm
But
kidding. I'm
Jesse
kidding.
is my dear cousin and close family. He was remember he got 4 Super Bowl rings under Joe Montana. He was a center under Joe Montana. I should stop talking because
I know. I was like, we remember. We try to forget.
everyone probably
But it's for a good cause.
turned off the broadcast now. They're like, oh God, this
Oh,
guy
God,
ruined
yes.
it. So
No,
anyway,
no.
but so those are a few people, and then we get some live. We'll have some live. I plan to have an halal, basically the dance group,
Okay.
a local halal here in Las Vegas. So my cousin Sid is here, and he's coordinating that, and then along with Donna and all of us here. So that's why we're here for the weekend. We came to sit down and kind of brainstorm, our plan, and
Okay.
a good plan is always important to have
Of
a good
course.
event.
Pre-production is the most important part of the production, right?
You got the Hollywood lingo there. Pre-production is what it's called.
Yeah.
So a lot of proceeds will be going to your benefit.
Yeah. Are you success? Yeah, that's a great. Are you accepting donations to raffle off, or are you still?
So
Is
yeah,
that still in the works? Is that still in the works?
no, we'll accept donations, raffle off. The a lot of events like this, they pay a fee to get in, but Donna's been
Okay.
so good to offer her facility.
Mm.
So the guys are asking me how much it costs to get in, and I don't push it like that because it is a
Okay.
fundraising event and for a good cause. So I told
Okay.
them whatever you give
Okay.
after the event, that's what you give. But
So the
otherwise,
cost to get in is the donation
it's
of
no
one's
donation.
choice.
Yes,
One's choice.
exactly. And then
Perfect. Okay.
you'll get a food ticket, and then
Okay.
as well you get to use everything, all the good stuff here at Tommy Rockers. You'll be
Oh,
able to still
wonderful.
they'll be serving it, and those food and drinks will be available. But as
And
far as the
might I add that Tommy Rocker's food is like some of the best food.
isn't it?
I think their
Yeah,
menu
it
is
is.
so delicious.
Well, you need to turn that mic off and meet me down there. We'll be there. We'll be there
Hey,
with them. So
let me see. Southwest, $29 flights.
yeah, right. I know it. It'd be nice. But anyway, yeah, Angela, definitely it's going to be fun. Donna was just whispering in my ear. It's going to be a good time. We're really excited. We're really thankful to Donna and Tommy for opening this facility. And it's going to be a grand time here in on May 15th, Las Vegas.
So we'll do some raffles when people
Yes.
donate stuff.
Well, we'll be doing yes. We also
Yeah.
again Donna brought up, so we be having a raffle. We did our last event, and a lot of the local businesses all pitched in. It was a lot of my friends,
Yeah.
so we had a nice raffle giveaways, sold raffle
Yeah.
tickets that went to the foundation. But the gifts we
Wonderful.
gave back were very fun. They had we
Okay.
had my glasses company Reason. Reason was we had a lot of sunglasses given out. We had gift cards, Tommy Rocker food,
Oh,
gift
nice.
cards and
Okay.
things like that. My good friend over in Yuma, Red Moon Ale House, was also that's a great food place, similar to Tommy Rockers. So all those things
Okay.
were open in
Perfect.
Vegas. Is a little bigger city than Yuma. So like Donna was saying, well, we
Yeah.
should be able to get guys bigger places to donate so we can create that nice family raffle.
We're gonna
for
make it
everybody.
happen.
That's
That's
great.
right.
And we'll see. I'll circle back with the rest of the 4 Life Cast and see. We'll put something together for you as well as a donation.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll make sure to get that together for you before the
I'm
time.
humbled.
And
I'm humbled.
of course. So is there anything else you'd like to add? I just want to say, if please go to the website. The website's here on the screen. Donate whatever you can, even if it's if it's just a little, because like you said, every little bit does help. And if you can make it to Vegas, or you are in Vegas on May 15th, please go out and support this wonderful benefit to help this cause, so that Nisili's fight will turn into, hopefully, Nisili's law
Right.
eventually, because I think that is
That's
the
a
ultimate
goal.
goal with this.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you again, Angela. I really appreciate you taking the time out. And
Of course.
your girl Jax loves
Yes.
you. She called me at 6 to get ready for an 11 o'clock appointment. I'm like Jax. I'm like
She's
Jax. It's
great.
6.
She's great. I'm
She
wearing
called
the
me
sh-
again at.
she gifted me this for my birthday.
Oh, all right. Yeah, she's great. Jax is our secretary of the foundation. She called me at 6,
Yes.
7, 8, 9. I'm like, Jax, stop calling me.
I
Anyway, to
think
remind.
she texted me at like 9 o'clock. She's like, "Did he call you yet?" I don't know, but I knew you were going to, so I wasn't too concerned.
So I wanna say thank you to everybody in advance. Again, please go to the website, like you said, Angela. And if you
Yes.
donate, like what I said, it's with all respect. I do know it's COVID. It's a tough time, but
Yeah.
the epidemic, the fentanyl epidemic, it doesn't pause for the COVID. You follow me?
No,
So it
yeah,
don't
and
matter.
honestly, and not only does it not pause, it could be potentially getting worse because of it, to be honest. So,
It's
you know,
getting worse during COVID. So if we
yeah.
hold back because it's COVID, that's your choice. But I'm telling you now, it's just same as the fight. My
Um,
fight and my family behind it. If we slow down for the COVID, why are we fighting?
exactly. I put your emails up here. These are on your
Thank
website as
you.
well. But if you have any questions or you'd like to donate, please reach out to Navy. Here's the two emails that you can find on the website, but here they are as well. If you'd like to contribute in any way, or you have any questions about the benefit that is happening, and like I said, if you just go to the website, it's I think it's just a link to PayPal. It's that easy.
Yeah,
Correct.
right
All
there.
right.
Easy.
Yes, make this happen.
Can you tell me before I let you go? I was looking on there. What is the NFF committee?
The NF Nisili's fight. Nisili's fight.
Oh, so it's
Instead
just
of
the group
instead
of
of
people
it's
who
his
are
initial,
working to.
instead of writing it
Okay.
again, it's the
Okay.
NF committee. Donna's on there and Jason,
Okay.
and they're
Okay.
but yeah, the committee and that team I hand selected. These people on that committee are true and dear to my heart. Not only that, they're movers and shakers. And
Yes.
if you're not one of
You
those, I
need
tell you
that.
now,
Yeah.
Angela, you ain't on that list if you're not a mover and shaker. So those
Right.
people I
We need people to
honor.
make things happen.
I honor and I trust them, or because I went to every single one of them, and to ask if they wanted to be a part. Nobody had to, but I tell you, they were more than willing, and they jumped on board. So everyone on my committee, on that committee, or advisory board, are truly shakers and movers. So
Yeah.
I look forward to teaming up. I'm nothing without these guys, Angela, and
Yeah.
and unless we work together, unless we pay attention to details, execute the plan, it ain't gonna happen.
That's
Exactly.
right. I
Mother Moon, anything
agree.
you want to say before we wrap here?
I just, want you to know that again, our hearts are with you and your
Yes.
wife Denise and everyone in your family. I hope to meet you one day. Are going to try to be out there on May 15th to support as well. So
Definitely.
my love to you and the family.
Yeah.
Yes. I echo that, and I'll leave you before we end here. I'll leave you with the final word.
Okay. I just want to, Mother Moon, Angela, I thank you again. I thank you, everybody who's tuned in now or may see it later. God bless you guys. The foundation is surely a it's a tough project for my family and myself, but we truly appreciate everybody. The awareness that we're trying to bring is something that is necessary. So, in saying that, God bless you all. And
Thank
I
you.
thank you all in advance, all those who donated, little or big. We truly, my wife, my children, we truly thank you. And on behalf of them, I give you guys all blessings and much Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank you again, Angela,
You're
and your
welcome. Thank you for
podcast
being on.
opportunity. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And like we say, this is not just a franchise, this is a family. Raider Nation is a family, and we are
That's
here to
right.
support
Oh,
you.
Raider
So thank
Nation.
you,
Let me
Raider
thank the Raider Nation.
Nation.
Let me
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
the
You
Raider Nation and forgive me for
uh,
my Cisco plug for my
well, I'll throw a curveball at you here. I'll throw a curveball at you because
all
we
right.
go out one way and only one way. Raiders! Raiders! Raiders!
Love you,
About the
love you.
rowdiest people in the NFL.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
All
when
right.
my when Marcus was in Oakland and he was with the Raiders, we'd go to those games and we'd be like, geez, you were scared to even say anything. But
we're
anyway,
not we're not so bad.
yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
all righty, Angela.
all
God bless you
right,
guys.
Navy. Thank you so
Bless
much.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.